Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kai Veil channel. You already know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and enjoy the content. So this clip comes from China Deep Dive. Shout out to you guys for letting us know what's going on over there on the other side of the world. I bring it to the Western world, to figure out what's going on, because it seems like most of the young adults, which are between 20s and 30s, they're facing a high rate of poverty. And not only that, but also over there in China, the major chain cafes and the restaurants like Starbucks and McDonald's, a lot of people are there just camping out on their laptops because they're too embarrassed to go home and tell their parents they either lost their job or they can't find one. And other family as well. Let's see what's going on.
A large number of middle-aged people who have lost their jobs go to coffee shops every day and pretend to go to work. Have you noticed? As soon as Monday comes, Starbucks will be filled with middle-aged men and women. If you ask, basically all of them are unemployed. They bring their laptops and sit in Starbucks all day, not...
That's depressing. It's like, how long can you keep up that facade? So basically you're living a fake lifestyle, acting like you have something when really you don't. Because over there in that culture, they're gonna look down at you if you don't have anything going on, especially as far as a job. But I said this is mostly people in their 20s and 30s, but there's also a large number of middle-aged people too, the 40 and plus up club. So that's another issue as well.
Not even willing to buy a cup of coffee just to use the free air conditioning. Unemployment made them feel ashamed and embarrassed to stay at home, so they went out as usual every day, pretending to go to work and use Starbucks as a place of refuge. Faced with the cruel reality, the former elites can only pretend to maintain the only dignity of middle-aged people.
我感觉今年的失业潮
I feel that this year's wave of unemployment has affected not only factory workers and restaurant waiters, but also white-collar workers working in office buildings.
Uh-oh.
In the past, people working in...
See, this is where everybody wants to work. Nobody wants to work in a grungy-ass, cold, ran-down warehouse where the heat don't work and all that stuff, or it gets too hot in there. Nobody wants to work in a sweatshop, I should say. This is everybody, well, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but a lot of people want to work in this type of environment. But these type of environments are usually toxic as hell. And then when you work in places like Amazon warehouses, everybody's fucking everybody. So really, it's a shit show on both sides. The white collar side and the blue collar side. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But then in China has a lot of platforms where you could stream on. So you become a large lifetime streamer. I don't know how that works over there, but yeah.
In the internet and software development were all scarce talents. But this year, the situation suddenly changed, making it difficult for them to adapt. I know a boss whose condo is foreclosed. He had been in the catering business in Hunan province for more than 10 years. His business has been sluggish since last year, and he couldn't even pay the rent. This year, he simply closed the store and planned to start over on a new track. There was another boss running a company doing foreign trade. He had 50 to 60 employees last year. Now his orders have dropped sharply and he can't even pay the salaries. He recently sold his Porsche, gave each employee $2,800 and...
I mean, that was courteous of him. He didn't have to do that. But see, we all think that running your own business and doing it on your own is better, but then you have more responsibilities too, because let's say you start a business, most likely it's going to fail. So you need to have other people helping you out as your business grows. But see, now you have to deal with more liabilities if you become an employer, because you have to make sure your people are straight. You have to make sure they're getting paid what they're supposed to, which you probably can't pay them a lot to begin with because you have to pay the rent of the building and all that, depending on what you have going on. So how do you explain that? Everything is good until it's not.
Plan to close the company and take a break. Even the boss is in hot water, let alone the employees. In the past, if you were unemployed, you could still drive a ride-hailing car or deliver food. Last month, Statistics China released unemployment rate data for December last year, showing that the unemployment rate for the labor force aged 16 to 24 was 15.7%, excluding school students. It should be pointed out that the Chinese Communist Party authorities have greatly narrowed the scope of unemployed people. Anyone who works 1 hour or more per week is not considered unemployed.
What the hell is that? 1 hour. How much does the average person make in 1 hour? Well, over there, the yuan, if we convert that to the US dollars, it's probably 15, if that. But 1 hour, you basically on call. That's crazy. Who's writing these dumbass laws?
In addition, college students, peasants, and people who have been unemployed for a long time and are not looking for work are not included in the unemployment statistics.
Oh, I heard it all now. This is crazy.
The official data has been questioned. According to a report released by Leon Recruitment, the unemployment rate of college graduates in 2024 is only 55.5%, which,
Let alone people continue to take loans out and get in debt, knowing that they're not going to have a solid way to pay this money back.
means that nearly half of college graduates are unemployed. On mainland social platforms and forums, many people have reported difficulties in finding jobs, and the unemployment wave has already affected the middle class. Many people said that they have not found a job after being unemployed for a year, especially the middle-aged who have difficulty finding a job. Today, we're going to talk about the topic of
See, in America, Starbucks in America, they won't even allow this. The management will kick people out. If anything, they'll probably call the police too. That's wild to me.
unemployment among middle-aged people.
外卖行业也是僧多粥少。
In a video recently released by blogger
Look at that apartment though. Now that's what I call a luxury apartment. Well, see, this is the new trend towards the millennial generation. People in their 20s and 30s, this is what they're supposed to live like now, being that more and more people don't want to start families and everything, so they'll just take a high-rise condo. Looks pretty simple.
Leisure Pencil, she talked about her family's situation. She said, "My husband is a first-class construction engineer. He used to be a vice president of a company. He was very successful and earned $5,500 a month. At that time, he pooled together the down payment and bought a 140 square meter condo in Zhengzhou City. He took a loan of $210,000 and paid 11.
This fits my style like 100%. I like places like this. I mean, I don't have a family, so I don't need a real large place. It's like I just want a spot to where I don't have to worry about yard work and all that, because why would I do that if I'm constantly out on the grind, I'm hustling, and I'm by myself? I don't have time to maintenance a yard. It's just the extra headache, a burden.
$100 a month. We thought life was going well and the future was bright." She said that she never expected that her 38-year-old husband would become unemployed.
Ooh.
He has been at home for nearly half a year, lying on the sofa every day,
And see, this is a lot of what young people, this is their exact lifestyle here in America. A lot of people are just posted up on the couch, not doing anything, just scrolling on social media. Maybe Xbox controller in their hand, whatever. A lot of people are not as productive as they were 20, 30 years ago when, our parents was that age. When our parents was in their 20s and 30s, they were not sitting around on the couch on the screen. Oh, because we had cell phones, you just couldn't really do nothing on them other than call people. But this is becoming a bad habit.
and browsing his mobile phone to look for a job. For our family, every day is a torment. It's too difficult for him to find a job at his age. Almost no company is willing to pay him more than $3,400. I feel bad when I see him anxious at home every day.
And see, that's the thing. When you're used to getting paid a certain salary, it might be easy for you to find another job. It's just that more than likely you're going to take a pay cut, because whatever you were making before you lost your previous job, it's going to be hard to find a position that'll replace that to make the same or more. On top of that, if an employer knows that you're not married, like when they do background checks and everything, you have to be married to have certain job titles, especially if you're in leadership. Starting out now, if you try to go from a regular employee to leadership, if you're single, there's a good chance that you're not going to get that position, because a lot of single people are selfish, right? Or at least that's how they tell us to live our lives. So it's the same thing. It's kind of like putting somebody in a political position. The president, you're not going to make being the president of a country if you're not married, because you have to be selfless and not selfish.
Hey, although I keep comforting him and tell him not to rush and take his time to find a job, I am also under great pressure. Recently, her husband told her that if he couldn't find a suitable job next week, he would...
Is this unconditional love? A lot of women wouldn't put up with this. If you're a man and you're head of the household and you lose your job or you get sick, a lot of times you're gonna lose the love of your life. If she even loves you to begin with.
Start driving a ride-hailing car or delivering food takeout. This way he can at least earn some living expenses to support the family. Hearing this makes him feel bad. She sighed and said that they were considered middle class back then and lived a fulfilling life. How did we become unemployed overnight? Is life so difficult? Until now, I still can't understand why life suddenly became like this. Is there no way out? Now, the only solution for my husband is to continue looking for a job or to be an online car-hailing driver. Otherwise, the next step is to sell the condo and return to our hometown in disgrace. I really don't want to go this far. After so many years in Zhengzhou, this city is already full of our life memories and traces. The children are also in school in Zhengzhou, but the pressure of reality makes us breathless.
Look at his face. Hopeless.
What should we do? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a...
And that's the sweatshop I'm talking about right there. I mean, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to create new clothes for everybody to wear on our backs, right? But yeah, that's what's going on. This is the new, well, I shouldn't say this is the new generation, but this is how a lot of people are living right now, you know, struggling with money. I mean, it's a large percentage of that. A lot of it's hidden, but a lot of us are pretending to have jobs that we don't have. Anyway, hope you like this clip. This is Kyle Vale. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.